ARO-Online, and I want to thank you for joining me as I hike the Adventure Hiking Trail in southern Indiana. It's a 25-mile loop, and for everything I've read, it's a fairly challenging hike, so I'm interested in seeing how I do. I'm gonna get my shoes changed. I've got these new Ultras that I'm gonna try breaking in. Hopefully they work well for me, and get a little bit more water in me, because water is scarce on the trail. There's lots of creek beds, but because the geology of the state forest, it drains the water out like completely. There's just I've driven past several of them while I was caching water, and yeah, it's just bone dry. Every single one of them bone dry, and we've had a lot of rain recently. So I'm gonna drink one of my bottles of water, and then I've got a gallon in there that I'm gonna refill the bottle with, and then I'm gonna get going. Following the green and white blazes, I got 2 miles to my first road crossing, but fighting through the spider webs already. It's gonna take forever. It's gonna take forever to hike this. I have to keep stopping. And it's not just the cobwebs, it's like the spiders are all sitting right in the middle of the cobwebs. It makes you do a double take, you know? It is 12:50, and getting up for my lunch break. That took about 20 minutes. Sit down and eat. You can see water caches here. Clearly, unfortunately, people have left these. 317. I mean, some of these have even turned green. Those are from a couple weeks ago. It's too bad. You know, it's just one of those things. If you don't use it, that's fine. But you put it right next to a road. Just drive back and get it. So, I don't know. At least they had, I mean, some of them were, the ones were dated, so you could right back into the spiders. You can tell that that's not something that they're still using actively right now. But still. Be considerate. I don't understand how people doing outdoor stuff and just I don't understand how outdoors people, hikers and stuff, can leave so much trash around. I understand that, you know, if you're near a campground, it may be day hikers or whatever that just don't get it. But if you're caching water, clearly you're doing like the whole trail or a good section of it. So how do you, I don't know, how do you get to that place where you are just okay with leaving your crap everywhere? So I plan on, with my water caches, I'm going to immediately drink the way I've spaced it out, in my head anyways. I'm going to refill my bottles and then immediately drink what's left in the gallon, which should be about a bottle's worth. So immediately drink that, and then I'm gonna
carry the empty container out the rest of the way. Alright, boy, coming out of this valley, been awful overgrown. Looks like it's been thinned out, whether it was man-made, like they clear cut it, or you know, a tornado or something came through. But looks like they kind of cleared it out, and nothing big has come in yet. So it sucks. This part of the trail is not fun. Alright, so these ups and downs are very steep. Definitely not any switchbacks really to speak of, but it definitely is steep. That being said, almost none of these climbs are more than a couple hundred feet. I mean, there's a few, so they don't last very long. So it's not been too bad. Like, I basically have been getting to the point where I feel the burn on my legs, and then just starting to feel it, and then bang, I'm on top. And I'm either going downhill or walking along a bit of a ridge. There you go. I can't see a substantial body of water down there as well. Just gorgeous views. Love it. God seems to put those kind of views right when you're kind of getting wore out. Just reinvigorates you, re-energizes you. Hiking along this cliff here. It's pretty cool. From what I understand, there are, and I don't know how big they are, but there are lots of caves and sinkholes in this particular park. I passed a sign when I was driving to get rid of my water, or to cache my water. Wow. Check this out. Sorry, that was just too cool to pass up. I passed some signs that said that the caves and sinkholes were closed. So I don't know if they were having problems with them or what, but so there is quite a bit of kind of the geology side of things to look at out here, whether it's cliffs or rock faces or caves, whatever. Still feeling pretty good. Having this much lighter pack has really helped. I think my my pack weight with water is probably around 20 pounds. Maybe it's maybe pushing 25, but I don't think it's there. I think it's closer to 20. And I usually hike 30 plus pounds, so not bad. Oh hey, coming up to the Indian Creek shelter here. Give you a view of that. Alright. Not bad. As always, trash. And there's the adventure hiking trail. But I'm gonna do a pack off break here since I got benches. Kind of can't see me, can you? I'm gonna do a pack off break here since I got benches, and I take a look at where I'm at time wise and all that. Get a little bit more water in me and just kind of relax for a minute. I think I got 4 or 5 miles to my water cache. About 2 or 3 miles where I should be able to start seeing the Ohio River, and then from my water cache to the shelter that I plan on staying at, it's a 1.5 miles or so, maybe 2 miles. But just finished my bottle of water, got some fresh socks on. The old ones are hanging off the pack here. drying so I can use them again tomorrow. This shelter, if it was clean, I hate people that leave trash. I mean, if you carried it in here, it's lighter. Take it out. I don't get it. But yeah, the shelter's not too bad. It's nice and raised, so probably helps keep the critters out. Everything's covered in a little layer of dirt, so I don't know if it's just not been used in a while. Did not see a broom or anything in the shelter like you would find on the AT. But it's a nice shelter. And I really think the views would be absolutely fantastic. Early spring, late fall, or winter, before everything's in bloom here. All the leaves have come out. But still a pretty cool spot for a shelter. You might end up sharing it with people on horses. There's another trail that they can come in from and camp here. I am sick and tired of spiders. It's 2 hikes in a row where it's just nightmarish with the spiders. I don't get it. Done a lot of hiking in my day, and sure, I've run through some cobwebs, but never to the level of, I feel like I could make a cobweb shirt right now. In fact, I feel like I have it on. Spiders. Ugh. Driving me crazy. So the requirements for camping out here are pretty simple. They want you away from the trail. Basically, they want your tent where you can't see it from the trail. Which I find kind of strange as a requirement. And they don't want you camping within a mile of the roads, or at least the main roads. Outside of that, you can camp anywhere, although they do request that you stay in the proximity of the trail, but not within view of it. I gotta be honest, I haven't seen too many good places for tents. Hammocks might be alright. In fact, I'm wishing I had thrown my hammock in, since it's not supposed to be a bad night. But just trying to keep the weight down, and with there being shelters, I thought, well, the biggest way to keep the weight down, don't take any shelter. And yes, I brought a tarp, and I'll use that on the floor of the shelter and sleep on that. But I am mildly concerned with the fully enclosed shelter. It could be a little bit warm tonight, especially if there's other people there. If I'm by myself, probably won't be too bad. I might actually appreciate the little bit of warmth. But if it's full, well, I may not stay there if it's full, but if it's full, I could see that shelter back there that I just came from getting pretty warm. There's not a whole lot of airflow. I was not expecting to see this guy up here. He's eating that mushroom or whatever that is. Really cool markings on them. Leave him be. Okay. So I came upon this section where there's water runoff. Sounds kind of cool. It turns into a waterfall. That bad boy. How awesome is that? You can tell, I don't know if cobwebs, but you can tell it's kind of undercut all the way around here. So I'm actually standing on a ledge right now. But yeah, that's just pretty awesome. The erosion that has taken place here to form this. Pretty cool. I am pretty close to my water at this point. It's 6:45, and I think I'll have 2 miles or 2.5 miles from my water cache to the shelter. Hopefully it's only 1.5 miles, but I left the paper map that had the distances between things sitting in my trunk. I meant to put it in my pocket. It's sitting in my trunk. So I'm just going off of memory where I believe it's located. Pretty awesome. Oh, okay. That's not my water. Once again, somebody left it. My water. Official ARO water.
Good morning. It's about 6:15 or so. Sun's trying to come out, but it is quite foggy out there this morning. I don't know if you can see that. So gonna get up and get going. But so these cabins are pretty nice. You know, if I'd shut the front door, probably would have had less bugs in here. But as it was, they were really only bothering me when I had like my headlamp on or something like that. So as soon as I turned those off, I didn't even notice them anymore. But otherwise, not too bad. So go ahead and get some breakfast, get going on that, and get packed up and ready to go.
I'm making what I was gonna have for dinner last night, which is a ramen bomb. I'm gonna actually make that for breakfast. Felt like it was gonna be more calories, and the warm breakfast might help me out a little bit. Let me get motivated. Fog had been clearing up, but it's kind of moving back in. Making for a cool sunrise though. I'm gonna show you that. Alright, I'm all packed up and ready to go. I just wanted to show you what my hat looked like after walking through all those cobwebs yesterday. Look at that. Hopefully that comes through. But I mean, it was just constant. Constant. Let me get this cleaned off. It is 7:43, so I'm about 15 minutes later than I wanted to be. But that's alright. I would really love it if it wasn't so cobwebs and spiders and all that stuff today. I mean, I don't mind a few, but I mean, just when it gets so crazy bad.
Mountain bike trail. From the Pioneer picnic shelter, I've been basically walking uphill since then. The first time that the trail has had a significant lengthy rise. For the most part, it's been super steep for a couple minutes, and then you're on a ridge or you're in a valley, and kind of just rinse and repeat. That one going up pretty long. It is definitely more humid today. I actually took my buff and used the extra water that I couldn't drink out of my gallon and soaked it. Soaked my hat too. Just try to stay a little bit cooler. Alright. So I just came off a gravel road. And if I had kept going straight, and I can actually see a little bit of it, it's not going to come through on the camera, but the campground is right up there on that ridge. You can hear people, like kids playing and stuff, vehicles. So if you're going in a clockwise direction, when you hit the gravel road, if you need to stop, I just decided I didn't need water. I still had most of the water I had. So if you need to stop and use the restroom or get water, you just follow the gravel road until the campground. And then you'll have to backtrack a little bit, maybe 1/10 of a mile or so, and drop off onto the trail again. Wow, these little rock, pretty cool. Wow. Love this. Love the geology stuff. Yeah, I've seen this kind of stuff on top of mountains before, above the tree line, and that's always really cool. But it's so impressive to see here in southern Indiana. Highly recommend, if you don't want to hike the entire trail, doing drop off here. Parking at that pioneer shelter and hiking to the west to this, or going to the campgrounds and hiking out of the campgrounds. I guess that'd be the closest. And checking some of this stuff out, it's pretty impressive. We don't care about me. Finally got to Iron Bridge. Sure, looks like the adventure hiking trail goes to the right. Let's check out this bridge. Sweet tractor. Water that you could get down to even. I have no idea if this is loud, probably not, but you only live once, right? Ooh-wee. Here, enjoy that view. water around that point. Looks like a boat launch over there. These are trees in the way. But we'll look that way. Still see the moon really well. It's pretty cool. It'd be better if it had some decking on it, but it still feels pretty solid. I didn't see any signs saying you couldn't come out here. They just have it kind of closed so you can't bring a car out, which obviously. And it is quite wide. The beam I'm walking on, I could probably do it better without actually holding on, but better safe than sorry. That aspect. That's right. As I was walking out here, I said you only live once. As I'm walking back, I say better safe than sorry. Oh boy.
Okay. Okay, baby. You alright? You alright? You okay? I know. That backpack.
Yeah. Can I step off more?
Yeah, I like that. It's not you so much. You pass other bikers. It's that.
Yeah. I understand. I've been through that a few times.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
We got a 5-year-old. This is her first ride by herself.
Okay.
No, it's just run away. Oh.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Why do horses hate backpacks so much? Every time. Every time you encounter a horse on a trail and you have a backpack on, they always freak out. And I realize that you don't look like a normal person with one on, but do we really look like a bear? I mean, I don't get it. All day, every day. It's noon, and I think I've got like 3 miles to go. I just took a little bit of a break while I looked at the GPS and drank some water. Got this wet again. So, looks like the next bit gonna be downhill, and then I'm in a ravine for a while, so I think I can move pretty quick through this part. And then I've got what looks to be a fairly steep climb, and then another down and another climb that's maybe not quite as steep, and then I believe that's the climb out to my car. I might be missing one hill in there, but basically I got 2 to 3 hills to go up at this point. Not too bad. How are you?
Very good.
Have a good one. You too. Well, you know you're getting close. I mean, the people that you pass are not sweaty, and I can still smell like his cologne on him. Oh, positive note. He just came through here. He should have taken out all the cobwebs. Oh, thank God. It's the little things. The little things. All right. I am almost to my car. I just want to say, thank you for watching. Really, dang, another snake. That's a rattler. Holy cow. Woo. Go away, off the trail. That is a baby timber rattler. Wow. I don't know about baby, but not very old. Anyways, back on track here. This is Tony with ARO-Online, and I just want to say thank you for coming along on this hike with me. It has been a mentally trying hike, for sure, and but it was a good hike. I don't think I'd hike it again in July, but outside of that, not bad. Really good time. If you liked this video, as always, like, share, subscribe, leave comments below. I do try to answer them. And I hope to see you on the trail sometime.